Hello guys, how are you? This is Ashit Bharadwaj again with a fantastic question discussion. This question is from 2020 English Literature optional paper and paper 2, and this is a question on modernism. Those of you who don't know me much, I teach English Literature optional at an academy. I'm a published author of a HarperCollins book, and I did my master's level education in literature and criticism from University of Liverpool. Teaching literature is my passion, and writing and publishing is my profession. Before we move any further, there are some fantastic batches starting on an academy from the 1st of February. So I wanted my students to know everything about them before the fees is also increasing. So if you are looking to prepare for 2020, 2022, or 2023, there are great batches. As you can see on the screen, we have educators like Mr. Bernal who teaches economics and Abhay Singh. And these are 1 year courses. This one, and it's available as a bilingual course and as an English course. Study material and everything is given. There are live classes, fantastic interaction with the teacher. You'd love it because I teach there, so I understand an academy what an academy provides. There is this 2 year batch, and there is this NCRT batch which also starts on the first. So if you need to cover your NCRTs quickly, go check this course out. And there is this expert course that requires answer writing practice for GS paper 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there is this weekend course. This is for all the working professional preparing for uh, UPSC, right? So why should you miss out? So in the weekend, you can finish your entire syllabus. The classes are all recorded. And as I said, the fees is going to increase. So you gotta pick out your subscription for a 10% extra discount. You can apply this code. And now you can also pick either the UPSC GS subscription or the optional subscription or a combined subscription, right? So it's up to you. Let's get back to the question now. Discuss how the close connection between modernism and difficulty made it increasingly isolated, elitist, and apolitical. This is a tricky question, and I haven't seen many questions on modernism asked like this in last 10 to 15 years. This is a start of something new. Now, paper 2, the bulk of paper 2 syllabus is on modernism. These are modernist texts, starting from Lord Jim, Mrs. Dalloway, Portrait of an Artist, Sons and Lovers. Then we have modernist poets like W.H. Auden, W.B. Yeats, and T.S. Eliot. So there's so many modernist texts. So your understanding of modernism should be top notch. Not only should you understand what modernism as an age, literary age means, but what are modernist features in literature and what does it mean to be living in that modern era between the two world wars. So the socio-political context is very, very important to understand modernism. Now let's look at this quote. This quote says the connection between modernism and difficulty made it increasingly isolated, elitist, and apolitical. So this quote is basically saying that modernism meant difficult, and we're talking about literature, obviously. So modernist literature means difficult literature. Now, why it needed to be difficult? That's the first thing you need to tackle here. It needed to be difficult because people like Virginia Woolf and James Joyce realized that the way literature was written in the Victorian era, they cannot use those tools of the trade to discuss and express what the modern man was going through, right? So it's the difficulty of expression of modern men's problems that needed a difficult medium. That's why so many symbols, metaphors, figure of speeches, that's what you see in modernist literature. So the difficulty is because of the difficulty of the subject. Now they're saying because of this difficulty, modernist literature became isolated, elitist, and apolitical. I think we can pick certain texts from the syllabus to apply this. For example, if you take Alfred J. Prufrock, T.S. Eliot's poem, Alfred Prufrock, it does seem like isolated, it does seem like elitist, and it does seem like apolitical. Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway, you can apply this. So these two texts fit the bill very much. But if you prove that these texts are isolated, elitist, and apolitical, then you are not doing a very good job of this question. Right? What you need to do is that the subject matter of these texts require them to be structured in a certain difficult manner, and that's the danger. Because they're difficult, they come across as isolated, elitist, and apolitical, but that's not the purpose of the author. Right? So, for example, Love Song of Alfred Prufrock, both in its form and content, form as in its structure, both in its structure and form and content, the text is about a fragmented, disillusioned, and conscious man. Right? So, the subject of this poem is fragmentation, self-consciousness, and disillusionment, which are the key features of modernism. Disillusionment, fragmentation, and self-consciousness. That is the content. The beauty of this poem is that these 3 points, which are part of the subject, are also reflected in its structure. The poem is structured in a manner where you can see fragmented stanzas, fragmented lines, conscious lines. The language is conscious. Not only the subject or the speaker who's conscious and fragmented, it's also the structure of the poem. And that's where the difficulty is. So we need to argue that this isolated, elitist, and apolitical feature of modernism is not a conscious choice. It comes across like this because of the difficulty of the subject treated. They are not meant to be elitist, apolitical, and isolated. Because if you look at poems of W.H. Auden and poems of W.B. Yeats, they are very political poems. And they're not elitist. And they're not isolated. So your understanding of modernism is very, very, very crucial to understand this question and do it. And I'm guessing in 2021, 22, 23, and in subsequent years, these kind of questions on modernism will be asked because in this paper we have at least 2 questions about modernism directly, as opposed to last year they asked a short note, very easy short note. It was almost a definition kind of a short note. This year it's a conceptual question that requires application of your understanding of modernism. So based on what I have discussed here, I would like you guys and girls to attempt this question. You can send me the answer. I'll leave my email ID in the comment. And I look forward to reading your answers. And it'll be exciting for me how my discussion helps you in coming up with an answer. So write a 250-word answer. Feel free to mail it to me. And until my next video, you do whatever you do to get ahead with this optional because I want English literature optional to get its due respect. I'm here to help. You do your work. Good luck. Carpe diem. This is Harshit Bharadwaj signing off. Bye bye.